What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Good Game Reviews. I'm gonna make this quick. I wanted to go ahead and do my game prediction. This is the game prediction. Excuse me. This is the game prediction for the New England versus Buffalo. Excuse me, man. I'm really tired right now. But anyway, Patriots at Bills. This is the week 4 matchup. A lot of people have been saying that it's going to be a close game. Now, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a close game, given that the last few times that these teams have gone against each other, the scores have not been very high. Usually when the Patriots go against the Bills, especially if you look at just looking at last year's schedule, the two times that the Patriots went against the Bills, both away games and home, was around some of the lowest as far as like their winning games. Now they've they lost only scoring 10 against the Lions and only scoring 10 against the Titans. But as far as like winning, they've had some of their lowest scores, like the 20 somethings. Usually, if they're winning, they at least crack 30. If you look at the Chiefs game, for example, from last year, they cracked 40. They got 43 points. But when it comes to the Bills, those are a lot more tougher of a matchup, I guess I would say. But I mean, that isn't always the case. We can also look at the season before that, when they just absolutely trounced the Bills 40 something to 20 something. They have the potential to win by landslides when need be, and when they have the right talent around them. I also think that this may be one of those games. The Patriots have shown the ability to create blowouts. I don't think that this game would be any different. Just not even thinking about what the offense has been able to do, but what the defense has been able to do. And it sounds like I'm already giving my prediction pretty much, but when I look at these, when I look at this sheet, it's just I can't find any clear, reasons to give the other team the advantage, because every time I do one of these lists, it always seems like the Patriots have a lot more in their favor than the other, opposing team has. I mean, well, let's just go ahead and get into the start, because we're already 3.5 minutes in. But looking at the QB position, obviously that one goes to Tom Brady. He's doing about as well as anybody would be doing at the age of 42. Actually, scratch that. He's doing way better than we ever seen a 42-year-old play, and the numbers speak for themselves. He's not just doing good. He's one of the best currently right now, and just in terms of stats. I ain't talking about in terms of legacy. No, I'm just talking about looking at the stats for this season. This is how we do it. This is how we do these lists. We look at what the player or the people in that group has done. So Tom Brady has 7 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. If you look at PFF, I know a lot of people don't like to go by that, but I mean, just for this, argument, if we look at that, he is ranked 3rd, falling behind Patrick Mahomes, and I would like to say Lamar Jackson, I think, or I might have that wrong, but I know Patrick Mahomes was at the top of that. No, actually, it was Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott. Those are the two people he's under. And that's also looking at QBR too. So just looking at that, he's under those two quarterbacks. So I mean, that's just we're talking about some guys in their mid to early 20s, and then right under that at third is a 42-year-old. So yeah, he's playing. It would be an understatement to say he's playing some of his best football right now. The running back group. Notice I said group. I'm giving that to the Patriots also, only because looking at the stats, it just seems like I know you have Frank Gore back there. If Singletary was healthy, I would give this over. I would give this to the Bills, but because he seems to be dealing with an injury at this point, you got T.J. Yeldon back there. That's a very serviceable back, and you got Frank Gore leading. But just looking at this, current group that the New England Patriots have, they got Rex Burkhead in there. They're getting James White back. He wasn't there last week because of the birth of his child, so he's going to be back there. He doesn't have any injuries. Son Michel, granted, he hasn't shown a reason for being that first round pick, but I feel like if any game would be like a breakout game for him, I feel like this would be the one. But just that group as a whole, and besides Rex Burkhead, his versatility and everything. I mean, you look at what the stats say, they're running better, or at least he's running better than any back that's going to be on the field, and he's also able to catch as well, very well actually. So I'll give that over to New England. Wide receiver room. John Brown. John Brown has the most reception yards out of any wide receiver who's going to touch the field Sunday. But that being said, other than that, every other New England Patriot has more yards than any of the other wide receivers that Buffalo has, and also more touchdowns than any of the other wide receivers that Buffalo has, including John Brown. Philip Dorsett himself has 3 to his name. So, Julian Edelman, Josh Gordon, Philip Dorsett, Jacoby Myers, if you want to throw him in there. I mean, that wide receiver room is just, it's just looking stacked right now. And this might be like the fan in me talking, but really, I mean, like, Josh Gordon, Julian Edelman, those are some, tough guys to deal with. And, they do have the secondary to deal with it, but I'll get into that later. As far as the tight end room goes, I would give that over to Buffalo. Knox, he looked really good in that last game. Other than that, I don't really, have too much on the other tight ends. But yeah, Knox, by himself is looking better than anything that the Patriots have currently. I know they get Ben Watson back next week, but since he's not here, the only thing that they really have to depend on is Matt Lacoste, and it's not even sure if he's going to be in the game, going up against Buffalo, or you also have Ryan Izzo, but he's more of a blocker. So yeah, tight end, I would give that to Buffalo. O-line, I would also give O-line to Buffalo. If the Patriots O-line was healthy, if you had Isaiah Wynn at left tackle, and you had David Andrews at center, and Marcus Cannon wasn't nicked up at right tackle, then I would easily give this to the Patriots. But just like all the offensive line woes that the Patriots have gone through in just a short amount of time, it just, hasn't, really like gone their way in terms of that position. On the other hand, Buffalo's line seems to be doing a lot better in terms of protection, in terms of run blocking. It just seems, I mean, even though the running backs don't have, the production that the Patriots have, it just seems like the old line is at least creating more opportunities for them to succeed versus what the Patriots have done. But I mean, we're looking at just a lack of serviceable pieces when it comes to the Patriots. Injuries, man, they can be a killer. But I have to give the O line to Buffalo. Defensive end, I would give the defensive end position to the New England Patriots, simply because Michael Bennett. Um, you can say Chase Winovich, John Simon, who plays the edge, and just overall, like when you go back and look at what the Patriots do as far as the defensive line goes, um, you can go back to a few plays. You will see that they have a defensive end. Sometimes they'll kick Michael Bennett inside, and you have him inside, and then you have three linebackers on the line. I mean, I don't know if you noticed that, but you have like three linebackers on the line. I saw one play where Michael Bennett was inside. On the right of him, Dante Hightower. Right next to him, I think Kyle Van Noy, and then like over on the left, you had Chase. It's just, I mean, it's just things that like a lot of teams don't really do that the Patriots do in terms of their ability to rush. But just going off the defensive end position, I would give that to the Patriots. Defensive line, based on the stats, it seems like the way they're able to stop the run, the way they're able to get hits on the quarterback, the fact that they are tied for first in terms of sacks. I mean, how could you not give it to like this whole defensive line? So the D ends, the D lines, I give that to the Patriots. The linebacker core, I also give to the Patriots. You know, that just seems like they're in my opinion, their strongest position as far as the defense goes, at least in this year. Um, Everybody looks good, and it just doesn't seem like they're slowing down. They're all good in coverage. They're all good at rushing the passer. I mean, it's just a nasty show to see, man. The cornerback situation, we all know that White over there with the Bills, he is a tremendous corner and one of the best, you know, actively doing it right now. A lot of people would like to say top 10, but there's also, if you look over on the Patriots side in corner, there's also some top 10 guys over there. Just going off the stats so far, and Jonathan Jones apparently, Jason McCourt is doing his thing, and then let's not forget Stephon Gilmore, who was the number one rated, number one ranked corner in the league last year, and doesn't seem to be slowing down from that this season. Um, Safety position, I would also give that to the Patriots. Devin McCourty currently has 3 interceptions in 3 games. Each of these games, he has at least grabbed 1 interception. Um, I don't see any reason for him not to get another one for this week. He seems to be on pace to lead the league in interceptions. If he can keep this kind of productivity up, he could be in the race to lead lead the league. Excuse me, lead the league in interceptions, and that would be something to see. Again, since I believe he did it his first season, if I'm not mistaken. So, excuse me, a little gas. Special teams. I would also give special teams to the Patriots. Simply, I always say this: Jake Bailey, in my opinion, probably has the best leg as far as like punters go. Like the hang time that this guy has on the ball, it just gives the special teams the opportunity to just rush down the field and just make sure everything's a fair catch. And the fact that he's able to put it in the 20, put it behind the 10. I mean, he's got a leg on him, and it makes the defense's job a lot easier when he's able to pin teams back like this. So yeah, plus Matthew Slater, the dude's he's still a beast. According to McCourty, Devin McCourty, according to him, he's still one of like the fastest guys on the squad apparently. And I mean, I wouldn't disagree with it. Seeing what he did last week when he was able to rush down the field, grab the ball, and chuck it behind his head before he was able to touch the end zone, just so the ball could land smoothly on the 1 yard line. I mean, the dude still got it. So yeah. Coaching, I would, I say this every single time when I do these. If it's the Patriots against anybody, I add the coaching in there because the coaching is a very important part of the team. Um, it's always going to go to the Patriots. Reason why? There's one hooded man who sits back there who, until he decides to call it quits, he's pretty much going to be the best that we're going to, like, as far as the coaches go. If we're looking at coaches on the field, you spot that man out there with the cut off sleeves and the hood, that's the best guy. So it's always going to go to the Patriots. That's just one thing. I mean, that's just one thing that's not going to change. We're going to give it to the Patriots. But yeah, as far as that's concerned, like, if you look at this list, it's going to look pretty similar to what we saw with the Jets. So once again, I did it on this little, I did it the ghetto way on the napkin, yeah, paper towel, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, as you see, the only positions that I really gave Buffalo was the tight end and the O line. Other than that, everything seems to be in the Patriots' favor. Um, I would not be surprised if this game turned into something sort of a blowout. But then again, I also wouldn't be surprised if it was close. I've seen a lot of close scores in terms of, like, as far as single digits. There's people out there who think this game could, be like, as far as like the Patriots winning this game. There hasn't been a lot of people saying that the Patriots will lose this game. A couple sport analysts who want to be, edgy and stuff and want to, oh, I think the Bills really have a chance. But I mean, we're not even gonna pay attention to that. But realistically, the Patriots do look to win this game, even with them kind of like walking in here a little limpy. They still seem to boast the stronger roster coming into this matchup. As far as the score, I don't really do score predictions, but as far as a score would go for this game, I would say more along the lines of, I still could see the Patriots scoring 30. Really, I could still see them getting to 30. It wouldn't surprise me if they were able to get to 30. Get off the 20 real early like they did against the Jets, and then possibly later on pile up a few more points on there and just reach 30. Really, I could honestly see it happening that way. I would go ahead and say 30-6. Reason why, barring any mistakes that other pieces of the other parts of the team might make, as far as special teams and offense, whatever, barring any of those mistakes, barring any like freak things happen through the game, if everything's consistent, I see a 30-6 victory. Reason why is because this Patriots defense is something else this year. They are something else this year, and it is something to fear. And looking at what Josh Allen has done, he has three touchdowns to 3 interceptions. That's not good. I mean, that's not good. That's not. I would love to sugarcoat it and say hey, he's doing his thing and all that stuff and yada yada yada, but I don't look at that as good. I really don't. I mean, like, I don't know what to say. A lot of people have been hyping him up. I know he's got some athleticism to him, and I know the guys. He's doing some good things, but the fact is he has three touchdowns. We're talking about over the span of 3 games now. 3 games for 3 touchdowns. And in each of these 3 games, he has failed to hit the 300-yard mark. And looking at some of these teams, hitting the 300-yard mark shouldn't be hard. The Jets, the Giants, and the Bengals. These defenses are not teams that you should struggle hitting 300 yards. We just saw Jameis Winston, and Mike Evans have pretty much a field day against that Giants defense. And barring a kicker who pretty much, eliminated any chance of them winning that game, like right at that last moment. I mean, yeah, man. But looking at the numbers that Josh Allen has put up, we have 254 against the Jets, 253 yards against the Giants, and 243 against the Bengals. A touchdown in each one of these games. No interceptions against the Giants, but an interception against the Bengals, which I believe was a pick six, and 2 interceptions against the Jets, and I think one of those also was a pick six to C.J. Mosley, I think. But yeah, you already have 2 games on here where he's thrown 2 pick sixes, and looking at the way this Patriots defense has been playing, this is not the team that you would want to make those kinds of mistakes on. I mean, yeah, this is not the team that you would want to make those kinds of mistakes on. This is a Patriots team who, in one game, was able to get 2 pick sixes. And if Josh Allen is going to be out there throwing pick sixes, this is going to be a long day for the Bills' offense. Not saying that the Bills' defense can't make this into a close game. I still want to stick by my 30 to 6 prediction, because I still think it's a good chance of that happening. But looking at the Bills' defense, if your offense is going, we've seen it happen with the Jaguars. We've seen it happen. 3 weeks in, 2-1. Hey, 2-1. And what happened? The offense did not give. The offense did not give his team this defense chances, and going up against good teams, if you're going to be lacking on offense, you're going to put the whole team in a big hole, and you're going to end up with a season like the Jaguars had last year. So, yeah, Josh Allen. Now, being that the Patriots is my team, I wouldn't mind if Josh Allen made a couple mistakes like that, but I'm just saying, like, if Josh Allen is to have a good game, he's going to have to limit those type of mistakes. And seeing that this Patriots defense seems to be moving as strong as they're moving, I'm not sure how successful he's going to be in this game. If anybody can win the game, it would be these 2 defenses. But if anybody could lose the game, it would most likely be Josh Allen. So that's pretty much my take on this. This is my prediction. Already gave you the score, 30-6. Patriots take a win. Go into week 5 4-0. Yada yada yada. But yeah, I'll give my review as soon as I watch the game. I'm not going to be able to see it live. I'm going to have to watch it on NFL Game Pass. NFL Game Pass. If you are going to miss a game and you want to see the whole thing in its entirety, commentary and all, without the commercials, I remind you, if you want to see it in its entirety, get NFL Game Pass. But that's how I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to get off work, come home, try to, protect myself from any spoilers, and just watch the game. And, as soon as I get done with that, come in and do my review. But until next time, I'm out.